Hello, my name is Alexander Menkov, and today is week 3, day 6 of Ruling Reality Basics. We are going to explore today the topic of pressure and fear of the disbalances we create. Well, pressure and fear are two things that we all are trying to escape, but they are part of us. We will always feel pressure. It doesn't matter if we create it directly or we create this pressure indirectly through inactiveness, because we think as human beings that if we don't do anything, then we are not going to experience resistance, so then we are not going to feel pressure. But reality is not working like this, because we as limitless beings anyhow have a lot of possibilities of creating different probabilities into reality. So reality is going to give you things that you are missing, things that you have missed, and you are going to tell to your mind, well, maybe you could become this, maybe this was possible and available also for you. And a lot of things like this are going to create inner pressure within you, because you are going to experience that you are living below your potential, and then this inner pressure is going to work strongly inside of you, and then you are still going to feel it and you cannot escape from it. So better try to work with your visions, to work and boldly embrace your dreams. Of course, you are going to create pressure, but then it is a positive pressure, because you embrace a bigger probability, you embrace a change that is possible, so you are moving positively forward into reality. And then the pressure that you are experiencing from the disbalance that you are creating in the outer reality is really good, because it is just showing you that you are moving forward in the right direction. It is the same with fear. We can try not to be afraid as much as we want. We can create the best environment where we can almost never experience fear, and still we are going to be afraid that maybe fear will appear from somewhere and we are going to be experiencing it. So instead of trying to escape from fear, better to embrace that fear exists and it is part of our nature, and better start and learn to use it properly. Be afraid. It is good to be afraid, but to learn how to transform the fear into positive and beneficial thing for you. And how it is possible? Because you need to let go of everything you are afraid from. So this is a very big topic, but anyhow you need to learn how to directly face your fears, how to transform them into action, but not fight or flee action, but transform and move forward action to creating courage inside of you, that you are capable and worthy of changing what is possible through what fear has shown before you. So basically, when we create a disbalance into reality by embracing our future, visions. Fear is coming and telling us also that possibility of failure exists, but the reality is all possibilities exist simultaneously. So instead of trying to not feel or experience pressure and fear when they appear in our life, we need to learn how to manage them and to exactly understand what signals are before us presented through pressure and fear. So what is happening when we embrace a new vision, when we try and give ourselves a chance to once again dream something big, dream something that we actually desire, dream something that our heart is wishing for. Well, the moment we do this, our mind is starting to make evaluations and predictions, and is most probably going to tell you this is impossible, and he can give you so much logic why the disbalance you are trying to create through your heart, through your envisioning, is impossible, and logically your mind and my mind are always correct, but the problem is that they are based only on what resources that they already have, based on what they have already experienced in the past. So all the logical thinking is based on your previous experience. So the evaluation is based on what you already have as resources, on what you have already experienced, and if you have experienced a lot of success in the past, if you experienced a lot of wins in the past, if you almost have transformed every failure into positive successes, when such an evaluation comes to your mind, you are going to tell, whoa, you think it's impossible? You are even thinking it's logically impossible in the moment. Well, see my track record, see my confidence back, see my reality back. All the time you have made such an evaluations, actually later on in life it became possible. So why this evaluation of the mind is always wrong if you don't direct the mind to work positively and with you, and use the momental fear that is giving you the give up signal. And just when you notice this, just take your mind, embrace your thoughts, and lead them into the future where your vision is, where you see what you desire and what is your wish, and then you bring there your mind and then start to argue with him from the perspective of then and from the perspective of the wish that is already fulfilled, and ask him, okay, mind, do you know what are my resources then? Do you know who I am when I have my wish and my vision revealed? Do you know how much support I have? Do you know all the way from now to then how I'm transformed daily? Do you know all of these things, mind, in order to be able to evaluate if something is possible or not? Well, then if you bring your mind also and your logic also to work and to feel and to think from the perspective of the future, then your logic is going to work based on suggested and possible resources, and then you are going to find out that actually from the perspective of then, from the perspective of your vision, even your logical thinking of a mind can say, well, with the resources that are available and possible, then I'm sure it is possible. It is possible for you, Alex. It is possible for all of you that are watching. But of course, then fear and pressure are coming and telling you, okay, but you are in the now. You don't have these resources from the future. You don't have the processes of the future. You don't have the assets of the future. So, how today are you going to move forward into the reality with your new vision? Aren't you afraid that your next step is going to be a failure? Your next step is going to be a failure? Well, let me tell you how you answer those fears. And when you see the pressure of the reality today, that is based actually on your past visions. Today, you are what you have imagined to be in your past. If you look back when you were a kid, and if you think, then could you, the 10-year-old, the 15-year-old, have ever imagined the life that you or I am living today? Well, I'm telling you, this kid that was 10 years old, or this is me when I was 17-year-old, I have never imagined in my mind what I am actually today. So, you see that from the perspective of the past, actually my mind couldn't grasp what I am today. And well, today I'm here. I'm moving forward. I have resources. I have assets. I have a lot of things I didn't have then. And by moving to reality, I have them now. Well, it's the same with my future. The resources that I have 10 years from now are not the resources that I have now. And when the pressure of my vision appearing little by little, and from the disbalance I create daily is coming, and the fear that I'm going to fail, I look back and say, well, this 10-year-old could fail, this 17-year-old could fail. Totally different probabilities were available for him, but till now he's quite better, and I know that my future self is going to be quite better also. So instead of giving up, better look from the perspective of who we are when the goal is revealed, and actually based on this principle we are in possibility to daily deal with pressure, because our dreams from today till our future are revealed daily, little by little. Well, there are obstacles, but obstacles are changing. If we don't bow down, if we don't give up, we are going to succeed, because today the small little changes we all are doing, which are aligned with our future goal, are actually the seeds that are creating the big future of tomorrow. So today you don't need to do big steps. Even the smallest step today, even the 1% degree that the boat is making, long term this 1% degree can bring the boat to thousands of kilometers away. Only with a small shift today you are changing your future. If you want a big future, make a small change and step towards this big future, and you will see what is going to happen long term. So this is the way how you deal with pressure, and this is the way how you deal with fear. Nobody is telling you and nobody is telling me, and reality is not working without failures. It doesn't matter on the path towards your dream if you fail 100 times, 200 times, 10,000 times, as long as you are not giving up and are moving forward after every failure, success is imminent. It will come. It is there, and it is revealed day by day by the small steps that we are all doing. So dwell daily on the resources you have then. Not only to dwell on the vision, not only to envision your future house and say, well, I like, it's beautiful, I like the rooms, I can feel it, I can move inside of her, but only dwell on the resources that you have then. Dwell of the sustaining economy that you have created around you in order this vision to be normal then for you. Dwell on what you are then, and daily move forward not only towards the visible outcome into reality, but towards all the invisible aspects that are creating this reality of then to exist. So it is important you to learn that what you are becoming with the revealing and the embracing of your goal is actually the reason why you are moving forward towards your future visible outcome. Actually, you are revealing more of yourself daily through envisioning future realities. And then you are to be always dwelling on your future resources when you make the moves of today. If you are trying to look at today and today resources and look at the future, then your future becomes a desire. Well, I could have this. I could maybe have a dream house, but I cannot have it. I am afraid I don't have the resources. I feel there is going to be so much pressure. I'm not going to go into this path. Well, you can go even into despair. You can move into guilt and say, well, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve all these futures, beautiful futures. Why should I go into this direction where there is pressure, where there is fear? Well, I will tell you why. Because the big secret is that you already are in the now moment. You already are everything that you are imagining that you could be. So actually, even if you dare to imagine a crazy, impossible, beautiful dream in your future, and you see yourself and you can envision yourself in this future, this is the most huge step that you could make towards a great and possible future. Well, there are a lot of smaller and smaller steps that you need to continue doing, but this imagination was the most powerful thing. And especially if you embraced it and you said, yes, I trust is possible. I declare I'm worthy for such a dream. Well, only if you can imagine this, only then the process of this balance has started. And then pressure and fear are so small things you need to learn only how to manage, and even long term to embrace and to enjoy, because fear is great in order to make us courageous, in order to make us moving forward, not without ignoring the fear, but with embracing all the possibilities that the fear presents before us. Even with these possibilities, we to be able to move forward, to live in courage, and to go forward towards our dreams. Pressure is great because when we feel it in the daily reality, it helps us to learn, and it pushes us into learning how to move forward, but not in resistance, not with a burden, but into effortless living of trusting that all that is required from us is just to embrace the vision. Then we only trust that there is a chief officer that knows how actually everything is going to be aligning little by little so that the future become reality. So move forward into reality, embracing that you are a limitless being inside of you that is actually having all your future resources now, and that you always had in your past. This guy, the 17-year-old guy, had all the resources that I have now inside of him, because actually our being from then to now to our future inside, we actually never change. The only thing we experience is we are revealing more and more of what we already are. So from this perspective, everything is possible. All probabilities exist for each one of us. So instead of giving up, do the opposite. Be courageous. Dare to envision. Dare to learn and to embrace and to be eager, not to procrastinate when you have a vision, but to be eager to implement, not big things into the beginning, but smallest possible daily things. You can tell me, Alex, but how much it is going to matter a very small shift of today? Well, your smallest efforts are creating the big results of the future. So don't underestimate the small beginnings of a future goal. Be courageous today, even when you feel not prepared, vulnerable, not having enough, don't feeling in the outer reality any resources. Speak out your vision. Speak out and tell people what you have inside of you. Yes, but they are going to mock me, they are going to discourage me. Yes, they can do this or try to do this, but if they see that you are pressure proofed, that you are fear proofed, that you know the concept of your resources that are available, then, and that all these resources are available today, and you are just now learning, you are undercover future self now. You are undercover owner of your future house now. Well, this is who you are now from the perspective of your future self. So, dare to dream big. Don't be afraid to share your dreams within the reality, to express them, and let everybody today think that maybe you are a little bit foolish. But if you are aligned with your mind, heart, guts, and you are not giving up, after some time, people will say, well, maybe he's not foolish, he's a little bit too dreamy. After 10 years or 5 years, they'll say, well, this guy is a little bit strange, but he's pursuing his goals. Well, little by little, actually, everything around you is going to comply with what you are inside of you. Because the inside of you is changed only if you decide. Only if you decide, you can be limited. Only if you decide, you can experience less in the future. But if you decide not to give up, but to express more of yourself and to trust more into the reality that everything is possible, then you are able to embrace your future. You are able to give up of yourself and to know that you are allowing everything beneficial for you, everything good for you to happen through you, for you, and by you. So, thank you for watching. Start enjoying pressure. Use fear in order to live courageous life. And never stop dreaming big by implementing it daily with small shifts. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.